Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to present to you and introduce to some this outstanding young lady, and she is here with me live here, right now on the GMAP Broadcast Network. With no further ado, I am going to introduce her to you. April Finley is on the line. April, good afternoon. How you doing?
Good afternoon, good evening. How are you?
Oh,
Thanks
good.
for
Okay, good evening. Good evening. My bad. My bad. It is evening time, but God bless you for that. And I want to take time out. I want to welcome you. First and foremost, thank you so much for taking time out to be here with me on this afternoon or this evening. Sorry.
absolutely.
So, and I also want to thank you for accepting the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network family. Thank you so much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, if you don't know, now you know. April is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network. All you got to do is simply stop by, click on the tab that is titled Featured Authors. You'll see a copy of the publication that I'm currently showing you on our television screen. Healing a Holy Heart. Oh, we're going to talk about it, but first and foremost, I want you to do me a kind favor. Step up to the plate, introduce yourself, tell us who you are, tell us where you're from. Who is April Finley, if you don't mind sharing?
Hello everyone. I'm April Finley, but you could call me April. I'm born and raised from Chicago. I left Chicago in 2003 to start a journey.
Hmm.
I am an author now, first time, and I'm also an entrepreneur with several other businesses in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and also in Texas. So now I'm residing in Texas. I have a nonprofit organization here, and in Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I have assisted livings there, and now I have this book, Healing the Holy Heart.
Wow. Well, you are truly hitting home. You know what? And right here in Chi-Town right now, we are having a heat wave. Yeah, I mean, it is hot here in the
Oh
Windy
well,
City.
it's no hotter than it is here in Texas. Today was 101
Oh Lord, you know
degrees,
what?
and
Oh my
it's
good.
been like that every day.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? I won't complain because I can't. And if that's the way it is, we're gonna have to deal with it and keep on moving. Well, first and foremost, I'm gonna let the viewers and listeners know around the world. Today we're going to be talking about healing the Holy Heart, but I'm going to be inviting you back real soon because I want to get more in detail about some of the outstanding organizations that you have in detail, what we can do. And, that's going to be a whole nother conversation. But healing a holy heart, your first publication, you released it for the people. Why don't you do me a favor and tell me a little bit about it?
Okay, healing a holy heart is my seven completions and my first start to renewal. So I completed seven things in my life, and the seven things are the seven emotions that I dealt with, and that harbored me and hindered me from moving forward in my life and doing things spiritually aligned with the way God would want me to do it.
Mm.
So in this book, it's a walk through the emotions of my life. I am a single parent of four children. My father was murdered when I was 8. My mom passed from cancer when I was 17, and I was a teenage mom.
Mm.
My goal was always to stop the family curses of getting pregnant young, being a single mom, but yet I became that too. Um, I went through life trying to figure it out at 17 years old. I dated drug dealers. I did all of the stuff that I shouldn't have been doing in the streets, just trying to ignore the fact that I was dealing with some type of trauma
Mm.
uh, and abandonment. So going through that, what did I do? I started trauma bonding. I started to get in relationships that with individuals that had their own problems. So they're having trauma issues and I'm having trauma issues.
Mm.
You got to know that's not working. So as a young mom, I experienced a lot of domestic violence. I fought back though. I
Amen.
fought back, but that wasn't the way that I wanted it to be, because I wanted to stop these generational curses. Like, I watched domestic violence in our household as a young child, and I set out to not want to be that way. So in the book, it's telling about, my sadness, which is my dad, my hurt, which was my mom, the trauma bonding with relationships. I was in 4 relationships, and the last one, um, when I say it almost took me out, it took me out. I did things that I never thought I would do. I was that girl. At that
Yeah.
time, I'm that girl that I'm not gonna let a dude do this. I'm not gonna let a dude do that.
Mm,
But in this last relationship, everything that I said I wouldn't do,
yeah.
I did.
Wow.
To where it almost, like, when I said, like, I had a mask. I wore a mask for a long time. I took many selfies over social media, and people would say, "Oh, you're beautiful and so successful," but no one knew the pain and hurt that I was dealing with.
Yeah. Wow.
Um, Coming from that part with the trauma bonding, like, God started me on a whole new journey,
Yeah.
a
Wow.
whole new journey.
Yeah. I can only imagine. And it's a process that you have to go through. You sometimes you got to go through some stuff to get where you need to be, and sometimes, unfortunately, it's not a good process or a pleasant feeling. But to God be the glory, you have been able to overcome a lot of the things. And you know what? On Thursday nights at 7 o'clock, coming up in about 45 minutes, I do a program here on GMAP titled Road to Recovery. And I
Hmm.
always tell people, April, I said, you can recover from a lot of things.
Hmm.
I don't want to allow people to focus on drugs and alcohol. That's very, very important as well. But when you go through domestic violence, when you go through divorce, when you go through death, those are recovery processes you have to endure also.
I agree. I agree.
And I tell you, if not tonight, I'm going to have to invite you on because I really want you to be one of my guest speakers because I know that you have a tremendous amount to share that will encourage, motivate, and inspire individuals to seek the resources they need to go out and do what's necessary in order to overcome and
Hmm.
continue their journey in a positive way. Healing a Holy Heart. Now, of course, it's your first publication, and I know there's going to be some viewers and listeners out there. Hey, they want to show some support. They want to find out, kind of what you've been through. They want to find out what they need to do in order to
Oh,
overcome what they're going through.
oh.
How can it be purchased? Is it available on outlets? What's the process for them to receive a copy of this publication?
Well, right now, I would suggest that they go to my website, which is www.holyhealingchronicles.org. That's the nonprofit organization. And on the first page, scroll down, you'll see the book and you'll see order now. So go to the website and get it there. And I do shipping right away. So I make sure you get your copies, in a reasonable time, because I want you to get this book. And also, you can go to Amazon. When you go to Amazon, though, it's pretty, like, specific. You have to go to categories, click on books, and then type in the title of the book, and you'll be able to pick up the book that way.
Mm,
But I really wanted to say, when you talk about the endurance and overcoming, God speaks.
yeah.
We get in our own way. And for a long time, I got in my own way. He speaks. And one thing that came to me, and I think I shared this with you, when we spoke previous to this, is that what reminds me of, what keeps me going, I should say, is that the endurance part.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
God spoke and said, you have to find joy in your troubles.
Yeah.
And throughout this time of me going through everything that I went through, I realized now my joy was my children. God knew how much they meant to me, because there was many nights that I wanted to say, "Oh, I can't do this." When I say this book is just a snippet of my life, you talk about drugs and all of that and addictions. Like, look, this is just a little surface of my story,
Mm,
because I wanted to focus more on me and what I felt and what I dealt with and what I went through. But the endurance part for me, we have to remember God won't give us what we can't handle.
Right.
And
Right.
when you say endurance, that endurance doesn't do anything but strengthen you, because right now, today, I'm a successful entrepreneur. Um, I have, when I say God has blessed me in areas of my life where you're a kid and you dream of doing certain things, well, He's given me all of that.
Mm.
But He said, right now, with this portion of my life and this level of elevation in my life, He said, I've given you everything. Now it's time for you to give something for me.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
need for you to start to share this testimony and start your ministry. Your testimony is your ministry.
Yeah.
Everyone's ministry looks different. You know what I'm saying? People um that dealt with addiction, that when they overcome, that's their ministry. They're able to pull people in that away. So this is just another level of my elevation of me giving back to God what He's given to me. And I
Amen.
can't give Him enough because He gives me everything. And so, with that being said, I just want to please Him. I want to do everything that I can to make sure I'm spiritually aligned with what He wants me to do.
Amen. And I know that the journey has already begun, and I know for a fact that you are doing and you will continue to do and be a blessing to others. Basically, it's because of some of the things that you went through. You need to share that information. A lot of us hold that stuff in, and we need to share that with others because we want them to know. I tell you what, on one of these Thursday nights during our road to recovery, I am going to be sharing my story, my journey in detail. And believe me, it is going to be a shock to many people. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm working on my book, and my publication is going to be titled Confessions of a Pastor, the Kevin T. Strader story. It,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
That's going to be amazing.
Oh my goodness. And because pastors go through a lot of things, and
Yes.
we're just like you. I can't save you. A pastor can't save you. Mom, dad, sister, brother, we can't save you. We go through stuff just like you do. We've been there. We've done that. I'm going to be able to share some amazing things in this publication. I just can't wait because I believe in my spirit that it will open the door for many other ministry leaders to come out and share who they are. Because we look at a pastor sometime as if they're on a higher level. Yeah, their standards are somewhat different, but they're not on a higher level than anyone because of who they are, because of their natural man, because of their flesh. And we, trust me, it is going to be amazing when this is finally. It's going to be a documentary. It's going to end up being a mini series, as far as I'm concerned, because I don't give God any limits and I don't stop. I mean, when I dream, my dream never comes to an end.
That's right.
Oh Lord, don't you get me started. So, healing a holy heart, and of course, I'm going to be inviting you back soon. I'm going to be inviting you to our road to recovery on Thursday nights as well. I appreciate you taking time out to be here with us today, and I'm going to encourage all those to go out and show their love, care, concern, and support to what you're doing and receive a copy of this publication. Find out more in detail about the organizations that you have. And of course, if you don't know, again, now you know she is a featured author on the GMAP Broadcast Network. All you got to do is just stop by our platform, gmap1.com. Click on the tab that is titled Featured Author. You'll see a copy of the publication I'm currently showing you on our television screen. Click on that copy, or in fact, click on the website. Find out more detailed, intimate information about the young lady as well as the publication. We know for a fact, April, you have our number. We want to continue to be a part of your journey. So we want you to use that number. Let us know what we can do to assist you. And I want you to know two things. The answer will always be yes, and you'll never have to ask me twice, okay?
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. This, like you said, this was something that happens sporadically, and typically I just sit back and I get stuck in my own space.
Mm,
And when you reached out, I was greatly appreciated because I was dealing with some things emotionally, like being a first time author,
Yeah. Yeah.
when we get our own way, we kind of try to set the bar for
Yeah.
ourselves. Like I'm like, I want to sell these amount of books.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Right.
do
Right.
this. And when it started off slow, I'm like, okay, I don't know if I can do this. So now I got to go live. I have to do videos. I have to show myself. And I'm like, oh God, this is not me. I'm not comfortable. But I'm getting comfortable with it, and I will
Yeah.
continue to promote. I hope everyone will get the book. It is a small book, but a very big impact to those who can relate. God has already given me my. He just gave me the time, allowing God to use me the way that He knows how. But again, this story is really good. And if I can have a few seconds just to read the back to give them a
Absolutely.
small thing of what it is. So this is an inspirational tale. Follows the journey of a woman who has faced imaginable loss and heartbreak. From the death of her parents to toxic relationships she thought she had, but through her struggle, she found solace in her faith and discovered the healing power of God's love. Join her as she shares her uplifting story of resilience, hope, and finding true happiness in the most unexpected place.
Wow. I tell you what, amazing. And of course, I know for a fact I'm going to be hearing more from you because I got some just some ideas that God placed in my heart. I'm going to be reaching out to you, and we're going to hear quite a bit more from you. I appreciate
Okay.
you, April. I love the death that you're going to be open, you're going to be honest, and you're going to tell your story. So I want to make sure that I can be one of those platforms to assist you in doing so. I believe in my spirit that God will be pleased with not just you but me also. So
Amen.
until then, we want you to continue to be blessed and be a blessing. We look forward to hearing from you again very soon. I might even call you later on this evening just to have you, say hi to those that are on the road to recovery. It's coming up at 7 o'clock right here on GMAP. But until then, I want you to continue to be blessed and be a blessing. Look forward to hearing from you soon. Have a fantabulous rest of your evening. We love you, and you be blessed, okay?
Bye bye, everyone. Thanks for having me. Talk to you soon.
God bless you, April. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.